everyone, welcome to Saurabh's classes. I'm back with a fresh new lesson, and today I'm going to tell you a lot about the articles, the determiner articles. Okay, basically they are sort of adjectives. They show you, to tell you exactly what you're talking about in the sentence. Now, believe it or not, most of us have been speaking English for quite some time, and even natives for that matter, and even the local speakers who converse or who are pretty proficient in English, they too make a lot of mistakes while using the three magical determiners: a, and the. Why? Because it's a little confusing when it comes to using articles in your sentences. Now, I would want you to know how to use these articles in your sentences and do not make mistakes concerning these three articles. Okay? And therefore speak English correctly. So today our topic for discussion is articles. And as we all know, we have learned in school, the three articles, the three basic articles are a, and the. In short, before I move on to the topic in detail, I'm going to tell you a basic overview of what these three are. A is used instead of one to denote one particular thing in a sentence. Okay? Most of the time, these determiners are followed by a noun in the sentence. A coin, a book, an article, okay, a book, a drum, phone, fan. Look at an. An too is followed by a noun in a sentence, but it is used with a word that is a vowel, with a vowel sound. An article, an argo, an MLA, maybe, okay, okay, he's an MBBS. So such kind of things. So before a noun in a sentence. Third is the. The is used to denote specific things, specific articles in a sentence. We do not use the with a general thing when we're talking about something in general. We use the when we are talking about specific things. For example, we do not say, we often say rather, the book that I had given you last week. I want you to bring the book that I had given you last week. I am talking about the lady in the pink sari or in a pink sari. Maybe nobody else in the party is, was in a pink sari. Maybe she was the only one. So I can easily say the lady in a pink sari. Okay, the lady that I had met last week, the boy who stood first in his class. So such kind of things. We will move on to the examples now. Okay, so now we are going to talk about the specific articles in details, and I'm going to elaborate it with the help of examples. Let's have it. Well, the first rule goes like, do not use an article with a countable or rather uncountable nouns. For example, we do not use a or and with knowledge or information. Words like knowledge or information, and so on. Like there are an endless list of other words also, and we do not use a or and with such kind of words. Like we do not say a knowledge, two knowledge, or three knowledges. We do not say such things. Knowledge is a general piece of, it's an idea, it's a concept in general. So we often say that wisdom is knowledge. We do not say wisdom is our knowledge, or we do not say, can I have two knowledges or maybe three knowledges. We do not say such things. Even we do not say, can I have an information? What we can say is, Either we can say, can I have some knowledge? If it would be really nice if you could give me some knowledge on this. Or maybe if for information, we can say, can I have a piece of information on this topic? We do not say an information without using a piece of information. That's how we put it. That's the first thing. With words like knowledge, information, and such kind of uncountable abstract ideas, we do not use a or an. Next, one that I've already told you, an article is always followed by a noun. Okay, like an officer. So this is your noun and this is the article that you use. I hope you can see here, right? Or maybe I'll wrap this part off. Well, the first point you've taken, right? An officer, a glass of milk, or a glass of water. Okay? So when we're talking about one specific thing, we can use these determiners, these articles, and with a noun, definitely. Now, next is, we use the basic rule that most of us, we have learned in school. That our teachers, when they have discussed articles in class, what is the first thing they must have told you? They told you that you should always use a with consonants and an with vowels. What are my vowels? A, E, I, O, U, and we should always use an with a vowel in a sentence and a with all the other letters of English which are not vowels. They are the consonants in my sentence. So that's the general rule that we have been given by our teachers, by our English teachers. Now, which is not so here. Now, when it comes to speaking, it's not so. Because often the sound determines the article in your sentence. I'll give you an example. Our and uniform. Now, the word our starts with H, but still we put an before it. And the word uniform, though starts with U, which is a vowel, we put a before it. Now, how is that possible? Most of you must be thinking, it's so mind-boggling to even look at something like this. Yes, it is mind-boggling. But yes, I'll give you the rule. Now, and so that you get better at it, better at speaking English, and better at using determiners in the form of articles in your sentence. Now, why an hour ago? And why not a hour ago? Because this, though it starts with H, the pronunciation is hour. The pronunciation starts with O and not H. Next, let's look at uniform. Uniform, though starts with a vowel, sounds more like U. Okay? Which is a consonant sound. So U is a consonant sound. So that is the only reason why we put an before an R and a before uniform or unicorn or university, so on. So anything that starts with a vowel sound will have an before it. Anything that starts with a consonant sound will have a before it. Just don't go by the look of the word. Go by the sound of the word, the way it is pronounced in a sentence. Okay, now we'll move on to the. Now I'm going to talk about the most important, I would say, the most important determiner of them all. And you will not believe if I say that most of the English speakers, they often find they have trouble deciding when to use the and when not to use the. I'm going to just give you an overview, a quick idea of when you can use the and when you shouldn't be. So let's look at this first sentence. Should we say happiness is important, or should we say happiness, the happiness is important. I'll give you one more sentence. Pause the video for a minute, give it a thought and think about which one of the two is correct. Okay? I hope you've thought about it. Happiness is important or the happiness is important? I would say the first one is correct and the second one in this context is wrong. Because here we are not talking about one specific happiness, one specific thing or one particular thing that gives you happiness. Here we are talking about happiness as a concept, as a general concept is important. Now, if you just modify the second sentence a little bit, then you can use the happiness. The happiness, if I just rub this portion off, if I just rub it off, the happiness of his parents is important. Here in sentence 2, you are talking about one specific happiness. The happiness of his parents is important for him. Okay? So in such kind of sentences, you definitely can use the. Next sentence, the next example could be, eating meat gives us protein. But if we use the same thing, the same concept, but we put it in a different way, eating meat in general gives us protein, right? Let's look at the second sentence where any sort of meat, could be chicken, could be meat, like mutton, could be anything, beef or pork. Let's look at the second sentence where we say, the meat that is available in the market might not be fresh. So the specific meat which is available in the market might not be fresh, may not be fresh. Okay. So if you're talking about something in general, you need not use the article the. If you're talking about specific items, you use the article the. The third example could be, friendship is precious. Right? Here, you will not use the article the. But in the second sentence, which I'm about to tell you, you can definitely use the. The friendship between these two groups or between these two girls is precious. Similarly, sentences like the money that I need to pay for my, if you could just give me the money that I need to pay my rent. So the money that you get, with that money you want to pay off your rent. So in such sentences you can use the determinant the. Not otherwise. Even before words like before continents, the Asia we never say. Before country names we do not say. The India we do not say. Before languages we do not say. What will I say? Like if I want to talk about English or French as a language, what will I say? I am learning French. I am learning how to speak in English. In the English we do not say. The French we do not say. Even before words like home, jail, work, I am going to work, I am going to the jail, I am going to church. We do not say I'm going to the church. Yes, we can say how. I'm going to the church which is next to your house. That way, when you're talking about one specific church, you can definitely use the article the before it. Okay? Then, before words like home, we do not say the home. I'm going to the home, we don't say. We say I'm going home now. Okay? So, there are certain rules that I have discussed in the video with you. The first thing is, an article is followed by a noun in the sentence. Second thing is, when you're talking about specific things, you can definitely use the before not the noun. Be it countable, be it uncountable, you can use the. Thirdly, this is just a quick recap, a recapitulation of what we have discussed in the video. Third thing would be, what is the third thing that I've just told you? You cannot use the before country names, before languages, before maybe country names, before continent names. So we do not say. But the Himalayas, the Ganges, before specific thing, before the earth, the universe. So before these things we can use the, but not for other things that I've just mentioned. There's a list of items before which you cannot use the. Before abstract concepts, like friendship is precious. The friendship that is there between you and your friend is precious. That way you can use. The respect is wrong. Okay? You need to earn respect. You need to earn the respect of your employees is correct. Okay? Then another thing that I've told you, before consonant and vowel sounds. Okay? A and N before consonant and vowel sounds. And do not go by the look of the word. Go by the sound of the word, the way the word is pronounced. Like an Emily, an Emily, and Emily, an MBBS. He's an MBBS doctor. He's an MBBS qualified doctor. He is an Emily of the place. Okay. So go by the sound of the word, because here the sound is EM, EM, and this is a vowel. Similarly, a unicorn, a 1 rupee coin. Were. W were. That's the pronunciation of one here, right? I hope you can see it. You can see it now? Yes. So W one is pronounced as one. So it starts with a vowel, but the sound is that of a consonant. Similarly, unicorn, university, all these, they start with a consonant, a vowel sound. A consonant sound. So you put A before it and not an. Okay. So these are the general rules that will help you. Please to keep these in mind when next time when you're using articles in your sentences. And if you do have further queries on articles, do mention in the comment section below. And we are here to help you, right? So come back with more questions, and that way we'll have more answers for you, and you will therefore be able to speak English better. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please to come back.